What is up, Uneducated Duo Podcast fam? My name is Pablo.
And I'm Gerald.
And what's up, man? How you been?
Been fucking sick, bro. It sucks ass. You
Yeah.
can probably still hear it a little bit in my voice. Been a fucking bitch since like Saturday. I've kind of had like a flu or what, like the flu or the cold, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you know? So like sore throat, fever, all that fucking bullshit. It's pretty trash.
Fuck, dude. Yeah. It's been going around my house, too. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, I called into work today.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this post, right? Because we have work Slack, which is like Facebook for work or whatever.
Yeah.
And one person had posted, they're like, oh, I can't come in today because I'm sick. And I was like, damn, they're about to be down 2 people because I can't go in. I've got a fucking fever and shit. So I felt kind of bad, but I was like, hey, I never call in sick. I deserve to not go in there when I'm fucking sick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that other person was like less considerate.
Yeah, probably. 100%. They were just bullshitting probably.
Yeah.
Because you can always, I don't know. Maybe it comes with age, bro. But you know how you can like kind of just tell when someone's full of shit whenever they say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, even when they text it to you, I feel like you always add a voice to somebody's message. And like it always reads out like in the way you think they're saying it.
It's kind of how I feel when I hear Ben Shapiro.
So when I read his shit, I could just read it like, I'm full of shit.
Yeah, you can tell.
I'm just trying to stay home.
Trying not. Today's a nice day. I want to be outside.
Yeah, exactly. What have you been doing? Nothing?
No, nothing really going on, man. To be honest, just living my life.
Just living your life? You just
Yeah.
fucking told me you switched jobs.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I quit my job.
I feel like that's big news, bro.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't really want to talk about it. You know? Like, yeah.
Damn. All right.
Yeah. But I guess since you threw it out there, yeah, I quit my job, starting a new job. It's pretty cool. Just trying to get something more active.
Or you move around more?
Yeah, because just sitting there listening to people's stuff is not good, bro.
I've always thought about that, like office jobs, you know, like just a normal office job that you see on TV all the time and shit. Like, how the fuck do you not like? How do your feet just don't fall asleep all day? You know that feeling of like when your foot falls asleep?
Yeah.
Like, I fucking hate that shit. And I feel like if I was sitting in a desk all day, like it would happen all the fucking time.
You'd be surprised because, like, I'm a big guy, right? And so my feet never fell asleep. But what was nice about this second place I worked at was they had standing desks that you could, like, lift and down.
Oh,
and
that shit that, like, moves up?
Yeah. So it was cool.
You like a standing desk over a regular desk?
Yeah. I think I was standing most of the day because I was like, you know, fuck this. I'm going to be here. I want to be standing up.
Really?
But, yeah. That's what's been going on, bro.
I don't think I could do a standing desk.
My kids are going to be the River Dogs. They gave us a team roster for the Little League and stuff. And I was like, yeah, you guys are River Dogs.
That's what they're going to be called? The River Dogs? Dude, that's a fucking terrible name.
Nah, it's cool.
Who came up with that shit? The River Dogs?
I don't know, bro, but I kind of fuck with it, to be honest.
No way.
Like, it's different. At least they're not like the Dragon Slayers.
That's a dope name.
That'd be weird.
The Dragon Slayers?
Dragons aren't even real. There's real dogs and real rivers.
Yeah, but is there river dogs? Is there a dog that lives in rivers?
No, but there's dogs that frequent rivers.
I don't think there is.
There is, man.
I don't know, man. I feel like if I ever coached a little kids team, right, I would just let them decide their own name. I'd be like, so what do you guys want to be called? And then, you know, they'd probably say some crazy shit, and then we just vote.
Honestly, they probably leave it up to the coach when they figure out who that is, because they had called me to see if I wanted to coach. But at the time, my schedule wasn't going to work out for it.
All right.
So I said, nah. But maybe if I can make it to practices and games and shit, I'll help out. Like
it was the coach. The coach just sitting at home like, I guess I took my dog for a walk by the river. What about, like, River Dog?
It's like the Mud Dogs or whatever.
Dude, that's a bad name. Does the whole league have terrible names?
I don't fucking know, dude. I don't think it's a terrible name.
River Dogs?
Yeah.
That's not a good name, man. There should be something like crazy, like some imaginative, like little kid name, like.
How's that not imaginative?
Fucking Thunder Stompers.
Just imagine a dog at the river.
Yeah, but it's not like cool, man. Like little kid team. I think part of what makes that shit fun for kids is like how stupid the names are. You know, like if they can let them make up their own crazy name, like fucking
I don't know, bro.
Fighting Tornado
You
or some
stop
shit.
Being a hater, bro.
I'm not hating. I'm just saying, like, come on, man. The River Dogs and then the Dragon Slayers is way cooler than the River Dogs.
The River Dogs, bro. I'm gonna look it up to see if it's an actual thing. Cause it might be like a.
I don't think they can hear you.
Who?
The people.
Oh yeah, there is an MLB team called the Charleston River Dogs, minor league baseball.
Maybe he got it from that.
Probably, yeah.
Still terrible though.
Well, it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
I mean, what am I gonna petition?
Would you have coached?
Yeah. I told him I would if fit my schedule, but it's kind of hard too, dude. I might like Will Smith him, you know.
I don't know what that means.
Just like slap him.
I don't get the reference. The kids?
Yeah.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I don't understand how that works. You would hit the kids?
No, I'm joking. That was a joke. Yeah. Will Smithing them is slapping them across the face.
I don't know, dude. I wouldn't fucking I would coach a kids team. I coached my little brother's team whenever their coach was
That's different though. Those aren't little kids, bro. Like
no, back when he was little. Not now. I don't coach his team now, but back when he was like 8 and he was playing on those like rec teams.
Even 8 is
all the parents would always be like, because it was always the parents like rotation coaching kind of.
They thought you were playing or what?
No, they would just be like, oh, I can't coach, right? So then I'd go, they'd be like, can anybody come coach today? And then I'd go and do it for like a day or 2 days or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's pretty dope, man. I don't know what it is. Just even those small things where you feel like you kind of help the kid get better does kind of make you feel good about yourself. You're like, oh, shit, look at this kid improving. That's dope.
Yeah. I'm sure it's rewarding and shit, but I don't know if I'd be a good coach, to be honest, because baseball wasn't like my first sport at all. I did try to play in high school my senior year, and then they kicked me out because of my grades. But
you made the team, though?
Yeah.
Damn, they were that bad?
No, I'm not bad, bro. What the fuck are you talking about?
Dude, if we've never played baseball and then we made the team our senior year, the team's got to suck.
No, there's no way. Because I had some of the fundamentals and shit.
Oh, okay.
Like I could pick up a ball as it was coming towards me.
Where were they putting you?
And I think I was going to be outfield, but we'll never fucking know, coach.
They just kicked you off?
Son of a bitch. Yeah, he didn't even give me an option. Like, hey, get your grades up and then you can play, you know? He's like, nah, you're fucking off the team, bro. I think it's just like one of those things you shouldn't try as a senior. You should have been playing your whole fucking high school.
That's what I'm saying. Like, your teams cannot be that good, right? Because, like, our baseball team I don't think was good either in high school. I'm pretty sure they were pretty trash.
Bro, it wasn't even like...
Because me and you played softball together and we sucked at that.
Yeah. But, I mean, we were still better than some athletic-looking motherfuckers.
Yeah, I'd say we were above average for people who... were
never played.
Never played.
Like, I feel like I can, like, I told you, we were just playing tennis, and I'm not the best at it. But, I mean, I don't fucking, like, suck ass either, you know?
I guess that's true. Plus, in high school, that's, like, for most people, it's, like, that's when you're most athletic, you know, because you play other sports and shit. So, you could probably just, like, jump into something else, learn the basics, and be like, all right, I can play this one position.
I feel like most sports I can play. I'm just not going to be great.
Yeah, but to make the baseball team, that's pretty crazy. Like,
yeah.
Okay, so David, right, my roommate, he's always talking about how he was on every varsity team at his school, right? Every team. He was on the varsity football team. He was on the varsity soccer team. He was on the varsity baseball team. And these are all facts. Like, his mom has, like, confirmed it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, but your school was what, like 12 people? Like, it's the same players, you know?
It's like 30 kids total, you know?
That's what I'm saying. There's no competition. You don't got, like, those crazy-ass white kid families where all they did was play baseball for, like, 12 years with, like, the dope-ass $400 bat.
He also shared, like, valedictorian with, like, 10 other kids. So.
Valedictorian?
Yeah. And that was the whole fucking graduating class right there.
Our valedictorian was a fucking genius. She had, like, a 4.3 or some shit.
That's fucking wild. I wish I was that ambitious.
They had grades I didn't even know fucking existed. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? 4.3?
Yeah, I think when you take, like, AP classes, right? It goes up to, like, 5.0 or something.
Yeah, it ups that shit.
It's fucking wild.
All right, we start all our episodes with the one gotta go. In this episode, we're doing Will Smith movies. And we went with 4 of his biggest movies. They're some of his older ones because, like, honestly, who the fuck watches new Will Smith shit? It's pretty trash.
I watch it.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think I kind of stopped watching after Gemini Man. I didn't like it.
See, I didn't even see that shit.
You just told me you watch.
Bro, I stopped watching after Fresh Prince.
It's the one where like the younger version of himself like comes back and tries to kill him. So there's like a CGI Will Smith like chasing Will Smith.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a cool idea, but I remember just being like, I don't know. I'm kind of over the action movies where like it's too like
Too actiony.
No, not too actiony, but like the spy / like secret agent type of action. You know, I'm like kind of over that. I feel like nobody does it subtle enough or anything now. Now it's just so like the greatest agent ever. Oh no, he's turned against us, and that's like every fucking spy movie ever. So it just kind of doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But the 4 movies we went with are Men in Black, I Am Legend, Pursuit of Happiness, and Bad Boys. And I guess, what, Bad Boys 1 or 2? Or are we just like saying the both or what?
Probably just the first one.
All right, the first one then.
I mean, I don't care. We could do both.
Yeah, I don't know either, yeah. I'm just trying to... The one I think of the most is the second one, but that could be different for someone else.
Yeah, me too.
Because the second one I feel like was the one that came out when I was old enough to go watch fucking movies in the theaters, you know? Like rated R shit. All right, you want to go first or second?
Yeah, I'll go first. This is like so easy for me for the first one. It's Pursuit of Happiness. Like that movie is so amazing. I think that's the first movie where I ever cried. And it was when his son and him were in the bathroom. Somebody's like knocking really hard on the door.
Oh, yeah.
That was like, I don't know why it was so powerful, man. Like, I was like, fuck. Because I think the son was scared and then he was just hugging him and crying and shit. I really love the storyline, you know. It's like literally the American dream. Like, you know, you get into something and you think you're going to make it big doing it. You end up fucking on the streets without a kid without a mother, which I always thought that was weird because he ended up with his son.
Yeah, yeah.
And it almost seemed like the mom didn't give a fuck.
I don't think she did.
Yeah, it was so weird.
She gave a fuck, but then it also seemed like she really easily gave up on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's hard to like, because it kind of feels like it's because of Will Smith being so assertive, you know, like I'm going to be the dad.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, it kind of also makes you think, well, maybe she knew that's how he would react. So she was like, all I got to do is say I want him. He'll take control and then I can dip to fucking San Francisco, where the fuck she went.
Yeah, that was always a trip to me, bro. Cause like they made her out to be a bad person, right?
Sort of.
But
yeah,
who knows?
They give you that thought, like,
yeah.
she probably wasn't a good mom or whatever.
Yeah. But still, that doesn't take away from the storyline because eventually she just kind of drops out.
Dude, that's a dub, bro. It's like the only movie where like
a father wins.
Yeah, the father wins. You know, most
that
of the
is kind of that is so true.
It's so stupid that there's that bias that like, you know, moms kind of get preference.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense sort of, but
my wife always tells me
not
that
always
shit.
True, bro. Not always true.
I'm like, if we divorce and taking the kids, she's like, this is a mother's state. Fuck you. And I'm like, that's bullshit. But yeah, you're right. First movie where a man gets the dub, bro, as far as like fatherhood and shit. I don't know. It's like sad but not depressing, you know, because there's like sad, depressing movies.
Yeah.
This one's like sad, powerful. Because I don't know if you've ever seen The Boy in the Striped Pajamas.
Yeah, we've talked about that I think once or twice.
Yeah, so that movie is like sad, depressing, where like I might have to go see a counselor after, you know, because it's fucked up. But The Pursuit of Happiness is like sad, and then it becomes inspirational at the end, you know, because like he made it. It's crazy. It's just such a powerful movie, man. I can't say that enough. Like, I'm not really touched by movies, but that one was like, holy fuck.
Dude, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, I think, has one of the best endings to a movie ever.
It's like the most it catches you off guard so hard, bro.
I love that ending.
Whoever hasn't seen it, like, I don't know. You want to spoil it or what?
Yeah, it fucking came out like in 2006 or some shit, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll spoil it. Fucking.
So for people that don't know, Boys in the Striped Pajamas, it's basically a movie about like Nazi internment camps.
Yeah, the fucking kid. His dad's like an officer there to fucking, I don't know, let's call it Auschwitz, wherever the fuck they're at. They're at a camp. And eventually, blah, blah, blah happens. At the end of the movie, the kid ends up going into the camp because he doesn't know it's a camp. And then he gets killed in one of the gas chambers.
Yeah, because he made a friend and they were like always playing through the fence and shit. And he was always bringing them food and shit, I think, too.
Yeah. I love that ending.
Yeah, that movie was so depressing.
I've talked to people about it. They're like, hey, like a lot of people tell me what you're saying. Like they're really sad. And I don't think the ending's sad. I think the ending, because it's sad for the kid, which is true.
It's sad for everybody but the dad.
Exactly. But it's not sad for like the overall situation of like the country, I guess. You know what I mean? So like when I saw it, I was all like, damn. Like it was more like, it was weird. It's weird. It's like sad, but it had like a sense of like, he kind of deserved it, even though it's fucked up that the kid died. Like the father got a taste of what like he's been doing to all these families, bro.
Because really, none of his family was on board with it, really. Because I don't think any of them knew but him.
Only the dad.
Yeah.
Well, they knew. The mom and the sister knew, but
they ended up leaving, or something. Like they were pissed at him for doing it and shit.
No, they don't know. They're just not completely with the Nazis, you know, bro. But he has to do it because he's like a general, and if he doesn't do it, they'll kill his whole family.
Yeah.
I love that fucking movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I love it. It's a great movie.
I love that movie. It's so good.
But I can't say I love it because it's sad as fuck. But yeah, Pursuit of Happiness is my number one. Yeah, but I feel like Pursuit of Happiness had like a happier ending, right?
It's happier, yeah. It's definitely
way happier. So
the whole fucking end of the movie, he's like, "That's what happiness is," or whatever.
Yeah. It's such a great movie. I can't say that enough. It pulls at the heartstrings, and then it gives you like that happy ending that you want, and you feel like you deserve after watching them through all this struggle, right? You know, like getting kicked out, living in the streets, fucking I think he goes to one of his interviews without a shoe and shit. And then those homeless people steal his bone density machine.
No, it's without a shirt. He's like all covered in paint and shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So just a wild movie. If you haven't checked it out, I would recommend it. But yeah.
If you haven't seen it, dude, you're fucking living under a rock. That's
Pursuit of Happiness is my number one off this list.
All right, I'm taking Pursuit of Happiness number 1 too. All the shit you said, plus like Will Smith was in his fucking bag, bro. He plays that character so well. I remember watching it and like really believing that shit. I was like, damn. Plus, it's a true story. Something about movies. I don't know if this is true, but I feel like if a movie just puts based on a true story at the beginning or at the end, like
it's more powerful.
Yeah, like you could watch the movie and it could be like a mid movie, right? Like let's call it like a 6 or 7 out of 10. And then they put that and it like completely changes like your thought process about the movie. Because then you start thinking about it more from like a real sense instead of like the film, you know?
Yeah.
Like real shit went down, you know? So I love movies like that. Pursuit of Happiness is so good, man. I think it's the only movie that like his son has done that I like. Oh, The Karate Kid was dope.
I was going to say, what the fuck?
I was like, The Karate Kid was dope.
That
but, like,
was actually a cool part of it to later find out that was his son and shit.
Yeah, it was his kid.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's kind of... I don't know. It's weird because, like, I feel like for actors, it might not be hard to make a connection with people, but when it's your actual son, you know, I feel like it's a lot easier.
You got to put your sons in movies, bro. Like, if I was a famous actor, I'd be putting my kids in movies, too, because then that way, when they turn, like, 16 or whenever they can have, like, their own career in acting and shit, you know, they're pretty much set up. They're not going to not get movies. I'm fucking famous if I'm Will Smith.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You might as well nepotism is kind of bullshit, but like if you can do it, you're gonna do it, you know? You might as well one up your kids.
Yeah, pull a DJ Khaled, bro. He made like one of his son was like a producer on some song or something, so now he's getting royalties off that shit for his life.
But he didn't do anything?
What do you mean? No, he didn't do shit.
But he didn't do anything, right?
He just named him in the fucking song or whatever.
Yeah, that's fucking I would do that shit. Like if I'm Eminem, you know, has all the writing credits and everything for his shit. He's probably got a couple songs where he just put his kid's name down, you know, like his daughter.
Yeah.
Boom, she gets all the money.
Yeah, because I watch the voice of Zuko from Avatar The Last Airbender on TikTok.
That Asian dude?
Yeah, and he's always showing his residual checks or whatever that he's getting from, like, voice work he's done and shit. And sometimes, I mean, it's pretty fat, but he's got, like, a stack of them, and they're, like, anywhere between, like, a couple dollars up to, like, $50, $60.
Yeah, just from the show re-airing.
Yeah, anytime it re-airs.
That's why Seinfeld is still, like, one of the richest motherfuckers, because his, like, sitcom has been, like, in syndication forever.
That's fucking wild.
It's still all over, like, basic at what channel? Channel 9, the CW or one of those.
Yeah,
channels.
yeah, they always play that. I think it's Fox 12 or whatever that always plays that shit.
Fucking Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Dude's a genius. You know that girl in Seinfeld the girl? I don't remember her name.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Her family's like a billionaire family.
Really?
Yeah, like she comes from like wealth.
Is that how she got the role?
I don't know if that's how she got the role, but she comes from like real fucking money.
That's fucking wild.
That's dope as fuck.
Give some
dude.
poor people a chance. What the fuck?
Give some poor people a chance.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What are you taking number 2?
Number 2 for me, I gotta go with Men in Black.
All right.
It's just so iconic. It's funny too, cause like I vaguely remember Men in Black. I just remember like parts of it, and then I might be mixing like the other Men in Blacks with that first one.
Yeah, that's what happens with franchises.
But what I remember, is that he's like a police officer or something, and he comes into an interview, and then they end up selecting him out of all people because he's kind of like an outlier. Everybody there's like real uniform and shit.
Yeah, they're all like hella military, and he's just like, yo,
he's a fucking mess.
NYPD or whatever the fuck they were.
Yeah, and then he ends up getting chosen, right? And then he goes through all this crazy shit. Is the pug in that first movie, or is he's not coming into the second?
The pug's in the first movie, but he's not his partner. He's just there for like information or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I thought that was cool. Just like a whole secret society of like aliens and police is pretty cool to me. The whole storyline. Honestly, I think prior to like the Fresh Prince, this was like my first introduction to like Will Smith that I watched, and I always thought it'd be cool to have one of those memory erasers.
Yeah.
Boom, just look and shit.
Zap your ass.
Yeah. So I mean, I just overall I think that's cool. I feel like we have secret police like that. Maybe not for like aliens and shit, but I mean something underground like that. It's crazy. Also, I can't remember if this is the movie where they got like the Mexican like, what are they? They're like ant-looking things, right?
Well, they're not Mexican, but there's ants.
But they're talking like Mexicans now. They're like, "Hey, vato."
No, I don't think they do that.
No, I'm pretty sure that was it, bro. If it's not, my bad. But I do think I remember them having like an accent and shit.
They have an accent, but it's not like Mexican. It's like
hey, what's up, vato? I feel like they did that shit.
They don't say vato at all.
I feel like they did, bro. But anyways, yeah, I gotta go with Men in Black number 2. It's a cool story. I think outside of like your regular like Star Wars and shit, that's another really good franchise that didn't really go far. I mean, they did what, like 3 movies or something, but still, I know later on even like Agent K or whatever ends up retiring and shit.
Men in Black?
Yeah.
Men in Black had I think like 4 movies. I think they came out with a 4th one.
Yeah.
And there's a cartoon too.
Yeah, it just wasn't, I guess, as big, but I still respect it, for what it is.
It was huge.
Yeah.
Will Smith's got some crazy ass like
roles.
Yeah, like some of his shit has blown up so big. Like there was like a good like 8 years maybe where the motherfucker couldn't miss. Like he had hit after hit after hit after hit after hit. I think that's what kind of makes him like a legend now, because like even nowadays everybody's like Will Smith's a great actor, but like most people probably haven't even seen like his last like 3 out of his last like 5 movies,
Yeah, but he's still able to stay relevant and shit, right?
Yeah, because he's fucking famous as fuck from his Instagram.
Yeah, well, not just that. I mean, his like whole family's famous now. Like his kids, his daughter. I think his daughter came out with a banger ass song, bro.
Yeah, she had that viral song on TikTok.
Yeah.
What is it? It's like wait a minute, something.
Don't stay away for too long.
I don't remember their name, but it's got that one that's got that crazy beat that's like, oh, whoa, 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 or whatever.
Yeah, it was pretty big online and shit.
Yeah, that shit it's a good song. I'm not even gonna front like it's not a good song. I listen to that shit at work sometimes because it's like, there's no bad words. And it's like high energy.
Mm-hmm.
So you can play it without getting in fucking trouble with the managers and shit. I think for me, number 2 off this list, I'm gonna go with I Am Legend. I Am Legend number 2. It's just so fucking like, it was so real, bro. There's like a scene where like when Will Smith, you can tell that like he's fucking breaking down in that movie, and he's like talking to a mannequin, and he's just so like
over it, bro.
Like he's like, please talk to me. Like he's so lonely, right? You can like feel his loneliness through the movie,
Yeah.
Because even when he does find people, he doesn't even really interact with them like well at first, because like it's almost like a shock, you know? Like, what the fuck? Where'd you come from?
Yeah.
Plus, he had just gotten fucking tricked by those zombie things. They pulled a fucking bamboozle on his ass, and he didn't think they were smart. Plus, that movie's just dope. Like, there's scenes in that shit that you're just like, that's what post-apocalyptic worlds would look like. You know, he's fucking hunting gazelles and lions and shit in the middle of New York.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that is fucking sick as fuck. Plus, he like the scene everybody remembers, right? You know, when he chokes out his dog.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got to like, and everybody up to that point, everybody thought the dog was a boy, right? Because the dog's name is Sam.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, oh, it's a boy dog. And somehow it made it even sadder that you find out it's a girl dog because it's like Samantha.
At the end, yeah.
That shit was, I don't know.
That's
man.
when you find out, right? It was when he dies.
I think when he dies is when he has the flashback and they like give him the dog and they're like Samantha or whatever, and he learns the name. Yeah, dude, I Am Legend was so fucking big when it came out. I remember watching it. It's just such a good movie, dude. Like, it's one of the few, like, because there's like no one in that movie. It's like him by himself, you know, and he legitimately carries that shit.
Yeah, it literally, yeah.
It's just him fucking roaming this fucking world trying to, like, cure everybody and shit. I heard they're coming out with a sequel, actually.
Yeah, I think I did hear that, too.
With, the dude is in all the movies now. The new Will Smith.
The new
Michael B. Jordan.
Oh.
Michael B. Jordan is like the new Will Smith because he's like hitting in all his movies, you know?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're doing one with him where it's like I Am Legend 2, but I'm not really sure how you continue the story because, like,
the ending was just kind of him.
He, like, kills himself. I mean, there's two different endings, but the one that I remember the most is the one where he, like, blows himself up with a grenade.
Mm-hmm. He survived.
Yeah, I was gonna.
He becomes a zombie and cures himself.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck, dude? You don't survive that shit.
Oh shit!
I don't remember the other ending specifically. I think the other ending is just he gets away too, right? Like he locks himself in the safe and then he gets out.
I don't know why, bro. I'm confusing this movie with another one where, like, helicopters and shit.
No, there was a helicopter in this one.
At the beginning, right?
It's where this daughter and wife get in a helicopter and it crashes into another helicopter.
And they die, right?
And they die.
Yeah, okay. Because he's in, like, the other half of this place where, like, they're not barricaded off, right? That's what they send him in? Is that what happens?
What do you mean?
I'm trying to remember, bro, because...
No, so basically all the shit goes down and then they're trying to get people out of the town so they have to, like, take temperatures and shit.
Yeah.
They get through. His wife and daughter die on a plane.
As it's taken off.
Or on the helicopter because another helicopter crashes into it.
Yes.
So then he stays in the city with his dog and then everybody just basically dies around him and then he's there by himself.
Okay. That makes more sense. I think I'm also confusing it with, like, World War Z because it's another
zombie movie. World War Z I haven't even seen. I remember seeing the trailer and there was, like, that part where there are, like, 50,000 zombies climbing up a wall. And I was just like, I don't want to watch this.
Is this the same movie where, like, there's, like, fast and slow zombies?
In the Will Smith one?
Yeah.
No, it's the one where the zombies can't go in the sun.
Oh, okay.
So they hide in buildings.
Yeah. It's all kind of coming back to me.
Except for the one zombie that's got, like, the biggest balls in the world. And he, like, comes out and, like, fucking dead stares Will Smith in the eyes. Plus the sun's, like, burning his face.
Yeah.
And then Will Smith's all like, this motherfucking zombie might be smart.
Damn. So this is tough, bro. I'm on my last two. I got I Am Legend and Bad Boys.
Yeah,
and I feel like Bad Boys is like a fucking culture classic, you know? Because it's got Martin Lawrence in it too, and I feel like they've just jive really well together.
They did.
But we were talking about this earlier, and, like, I'm kind of mixing, I think, 1 and 2 because 2 is more memorable to me.
Yeah, 2 I think was better.
Because, like, Will Smith's daughter in the movie is going to go out on a date, I think. Or is it Martin Lawrence's
Lawrence's daughter.
Yeah, so then Will Smith comes up all tough on the boyfriend. He's like, there's not going to be no fucking on this date. Do you understand?
That shit's so funny, dude.
So they're, like, dogging him, you know? Like, so that's a really memorable part for me. As you were, like, talking about I Am Legend, it was, like, all coming back to me, too. Because it's been fucking years since I watched either of these. So it's really hard for me to choose. But I think I'm going to go with I Am Legend because I feel like it was a little bit ahead of all that zombie shit. Because I feel like after that movie came out, all the zombie shit got bigger, like The Walking Dead.
I think The Walking Dead did come out, like, roughly right after, or, like, maybe
around that time, you know?
Or it might have been, like, popping up around that time.
Yeah, because I feel like we as a society went through like a zombie phase where we all fucking love zombie shit. And like,
Yeah, dude, Zombieland, that movie was fucking dope as fuck, dude.
Yeah, with the fucking zombies with the actual hearts and shit. Is that the right one? No, that's the other one.
That's the one that's like a comedy that's got the dude from like the Facebook movie.
Yeah. God damn it.
And they're like looking for a Twinkie and shit.
Either way, I feel like there's a lot of good zombie movies, even though like it shouldn't be good because zombies is like it's like an unthinkable thing, like couldn't really happen, but it's like so real that I feel like it could happen. But I'm gonna go with I Am Legend. I just remember it a little bit better than I do Bad Boys. There's memorable scenes for me from Bad Boys, just not enough for me to go with Bad Boys at this point. Maybe if I rewatched all these movies, I'd have a different opinion. But just based on what I remember, because we try to do these things organically, right, without having like any influence beforehand. Besides what we've already experienced, right? So yeah. I think that's the hardest part is I don't remember Bad Boys as much as I do I Am Legend after speaking about it a little bit more, So I'm going to go with I Am Legend. Great movie overall. That beginning just gets you like right sucked into it when his like daughter and wife die. That's just wild. And then you grow like this attachment to this dog who apparently, according to some people, does not have a soul.
Yeah, fucking A, bro.
But yeah, I mean, you grow attached to the dog, and then it dies, and you're like, "Fuck!" And then, just so much to it. I really liked I Am Legend, so I'm gonna go with I Am Legend.
Yeah, I Am Legend was fucking sick, dude.
That was a good movie.
Just that part where like literally all you see is like his scope, like he pulls out his gun and scopes.
Yeah.
And then you see a motherfucking lion and a gazelle.
Yeah.
You're just like, what the fuck? This dude's hunting, like, and then he's like on the big ass like bridge.
Yeah.
So fucking sick. Dude.
Such a good movie. Yeah.
All right, so I got Bad Boys and Men in Black left, right? And they're both good, right? Men in Black, funny as fuck, dude. Like it's hard to not laugh watching that shit. I've rewatched it. It's one of those movies that like Netflix rotates, every 4 months or 5 months, whatever. Like it's there and then it's not there and then it's there and then it's not there.
Yeah.
And I feel like every time it comes back, like I watch it. And then Bad Boys, I'm like you, like the first one was good and I remember it pretty well. But I think the second one was better. And I know the first one gets a lot of the credit because it kind of, it starts the franchise.
Started it, yeah.
But the second one had like all these fucking crazy ass action scenes and fucking like, it was basically like gunfights all through the whole movie. Like just the whole movie was like gunfights.
Yeah. And like intense ones, right?
Yeah, like hella intense. Like they had like fucking 50 car pileups and fucking shooting like
no way somebody didn't get shot,
Yeah, they were like shooting Haitian Jamaican dudes like in a drug house at one point. And like Will Smith in that movie is fucking like hardcore badass, like doesn't give a shit about anything,
Yeah.
Fucking driving a Porsche, fucking shooting people and shit, or a Ferrari. I can't remember if it was a Ferrari or Porsche.
I think it was a Porsche if I remember right.
Yeah, it's fucking shooting the shit out of people, dude. But I'm going to get rid of Bad Boys just because we're talking about the first movie. If it was the second movie, I think it'd be closer, but I think I'd still get rid of it. I'd have to go with Men in Black because Men in Black, bro, it's just timeless. Like it's one of those movies that it's the way it's portrayed because it's got aliens and shit. It's like it can never not be good, Like people can watch that 10 years from now, 20 years from now, and it's still like, oh, alien movie.
Unless aliens like actually come down and shit.
Yeah, unless aliens show up and they're like, yo. Don't misrepresent me, and then it becomes like the LGBTQA.
Yeah. No, it's the plus already. It's already included.
Yeah, well, no, but then they'd have to add it, right?
I don't know.
They have to have some sort of meeting to like let them in.
That'd be fucking weird, dude. Like a whole new movement starts.
For aliens?
Yeah.
I mean, if it was like the way Men in Black is, and the aliens who came here are like refugees, like I think ultimately it would work. But if it was real, I think they'd do the same shit that happened in the movie. They're not just going to be like, hey, these aliens live here now. Have you seen District 9?
No, I haven't.
Fucking,
I've heard of it.
You need to watch District 9. It is such a beast-ass movie. But basically in that movie, aliens come, right? And then they get stranded here. And they become like refugees in like South Africa.
Uh-huh.
And they get treated like shit, But and the movie makes you feel hella bad for them because they're just trying to like live their lives and they get addicted to like all this bullshit and all this stuff, So I feel like that's how it would be if real aliens came down, like Either they're gonna fuck our shit up, or they're like refugees, or they're trying to be cool. Who knows?
I could see the real Southern people getting confused using the term illegal alien after that.
Yeah. They're like, wait, you mean this alien came down on a ship?
What are you talking about?
Let's put a big ass wall around America.
I thought the illegals were coming from Mexico. Now they're coming from outer space. That's so fucked, man.
Dude, Men in Black, though. I'm taking Men in Black over Bad Boys. Men in Black there's just so many memorable things, and it's so like, it's funny, and it's like very Will Smith style funny, you know? Like, he fucking pulls that table over, and all you hear is this like giant screech, just like screech.
Yeah. God damn
And then he
it.
just starts taking this fucking test, you know?
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like he was an outlier, you know?
Yeah, it's just something about him as an actor, dude. Like he's like Denzel or like Leo DiCaprio, you know, when they were in their bag, when they had like that stretch where like all the movies they were making were good.
Yeah.
It's just hard to deny those movies. So I'm taking Men in Black purely because I'd rather laugh than watch an action movie. It's just, you know, my preference.
Which is kind of funny because Bad Boys was pretty funny, right?
Bad Boys is funny.
Yeah.
It's funny, but
It's like a comedy action
the first
movie.
one is a little bit less funny than the second one. The second one's like comedy action. The first one's like action with like sprinkled comedy.
That makes sense.
Or at least that's how I think of it anyway.
Right on, man. Well, just to summarize, I went Pursuit of Happiness, Men in Black, got rid of
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys, and kept I Am Legend.
And I went Pursuit of Happiness, I Am Legend, Men in Black, got rid of Bad Boys. All right, so we're going to move on. This is like obvious. Pablo already referenced it. The slap heard around the world. The fucking Oscars went down.
No, wait.
Yesterday. Wait, we're stopping.
Will
Pause.
Smith won an Oscar. Now the important part.
Okay. Whatever that was. The slap heard around the world. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars. So Chris Rock is up there. He's the host, and he's telling a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith. And he says he's hyped for the G.I. Jane 2 movie because Jada Pinkett Smith is like bald right now. And Will Smith was upset, walked up there, fucking bitch slapped him. A lot of people said it was a punch, but you can tell like right away from watching it that it's not a punch, you know, because he's got like that open hand type of like stance. He's not like, if you punch someone, you're not coming in like all slap style.
Honestly, the first time I watched it, I thought it was a punch.
Yeah, a lot of people said
and
it was
then
a
all
punch.
the news reports were like slap. And I don't know what's worse, bro. Is it worse to get slapped or is it worse to get fucking punched?
It's worse to get punched.
Like physically, yes, but I'm saying like morally, I think I'd rather get punched.
No, I think no.
Because he like bitch slapped him, right? If not, that's what everybody said, you know? That's like what I heard a lot of people.
Yeah, he
reference.
bitch slapped him, basically. But like, you mean you would rather like get punched and slapped in that type of situation?
Yeah. I'd rather get punched. That way, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's just the man in me, you know?
No, I think a punch makes it worse. Because like, someone slapping someone has always felt like kind of like, I'm mad, but I'm not so mad that like.
It's still kind of degrading though. I feel like it's more degrading than a punch.
It does kind of have a degrading thing to it.
Yeah. Because I mean, it's like you're not worthy of my punch, you bitch. You know?
Yeah, but if Will Smith punched him, it's like you kind of screaming like I want to do real damage, or like I don't think he did. I think he just wanted to prove a point.
I don't know, man. I think he was real irrational in that moment.
You think he was in the wrong?
I'm really torn on it, bro. I'm really, really torn. Because, like, my wife's like, what, you wouldn't do it for me?
Yeah,
and
that's
I'm like,
true.
Yeah, I probably would, you know? But I'm also like...
Not a public figure?
Not in a professional setting like that, you know? Maybe I would have pulled Chris Rock aside, like, hey, man, I'm not cool with these jokes, you know? She didn't like it. But my wife was telling me that he did tell him that in the past, I guess, or something. I don't know. You know, all this shit comes out.
What your wife's probably referencing is that back in 2016, in old Oscars, Chris Rock made a joke about her that she didn't like back then either. Like, she was boycotting the Oscars, right? And he was like, boycotting the Oscars? That's like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited, you know?
Yeah. God damn.
So, I mean, there could be a little bit of history there, but who the fuck remembers shit like that?
Yeah. Well, obviously it's being brought back up because of the situation. But to me personally, like, there was this joke and like it was so funny, but like also so true. And it was like, I guess everything rolls in this marriage except jokes, because they're like,
I don't get it.
they're like swingers or something.
No,
like,
they have an open relationship.
yeah, they have an open relationship and stuff, but I think at some point it got like out of hand where like he wasn't on board with it and she was like secretly dating somebody.
I think she forced his hand into an open. It's kind of like one of those things where like, if your wife said she wants an open relationship and like you love your wife, and then he kind of didn't want to like not divorce his wife, so he like.
I'm gonna be honest too, bro.
You.
Who the fuck is Jada Pinkett Smith? Like, who is she besides Will Smith's wife?
She's been in a bunch of shit.
Has she?
Yeah.
See, I'm just not super in tune
They're
with
older
like Hollywood
movies
and shit.
Like her bigger shit was like older movies where she was younger, and now she's like famous because she does that Red Table Talk where like she brings on guests and they fucking like talk about
controversial.
Like, yeah, they talk about like deep ass like.
Because here's kind of my
shit.
thing too, bro. Like Will Smith was cool with it till he saw his wife was pissed. Because like Chris Rock told the joke, and then you see Will Smith laughing, and then you see his wife in the background like pissed off as fuck. And basically the joke was like they were ready to see her star in G.I. Jane.
Yeah, yeah.
Because she's bald, and I guess she has alopecia.
Yeah, which is like a disease that makes you bald.
I think you get like bald spots.
No,
people just end up shaving their head to not look bad.
Yeah, to not look weird.
Yeah,
and it can happen all over your body too. Like you can get, I guess it kind of like affects. It could affect your skin like in other places of your body.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, and I guess she's been super open about it, but I don't know, man. Like I told you, I like to look at a lot of perspectives.
Okay.
So I saw a clip of Ben Shapiro talking about it, and honestly, it kind of resonated with me. Where like, you know, you're cool with your wife getting in bed with other men, but you're not cool with the joke. Like I don't know. It's weird.
It's different.
It's weird, bro.
I think there's a difference there. I think like.
I get the mutuality,
if the
like
couple,
as far as like being on board with all of it,
yeah,
with the men and stuff. But I mean, it's like the whole sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me, you know, sort of thing. And he even said, you know, there's been multiple jokes much worse about me and my wife, but you just have to put up with that as a public figure. It's a weird thing.
Yeah, but that's just the difference between him and like Will Smith, I guess. It's like it's a personality thing, right? So the fucking Will Smith thing, right? The open relationship thing first, it's like they agree to that mutually behind doors, and then it becomes public because they're public figures, but they both are on that ship, you know, they've both like agreed to that, right? So you can't be mad at them for doing that, and you can't compare it to something that like if you're in an open relationship with your wife, right, and you're cool and you've both agreed to it being fine, and then your wife gets made fun of for being bald, right? And I'm talking about from a normal person perspective, because like if she gets made fun of it, like if it's me or you, right? If I'm married and you're already married and your wife gets shit talked, or there's a joke that she wasn't comfortable with, we would probably confront the guy too. I don't know if we'd slap him, but we'd be like, "Yo, bro, what the fuck? Not cool." So I can see I can see him doing that, and I kind of get why he slapped the dude. But at the same time, man, you're at an award show. It's like if you went to a roast and expected not to get a joke made fun of you, bro. You're at a fucking roast. You're at an award show. They make fun of the audience.
Like the whole time. And somebody else said, oh, sorry, finish your thought.
I was just going to say, and you're fucking Will Smith and he's Chris Rock, right? Like he's going to target people in his demographic more because that's the kind of jokes Chris Rock tells. Like all his jokes are about like black on black, like kind of like turning the table on like stupid shit that black people do, right? You know what I mean? Like that's his comedy.
Yeah.
So like he like makes fun of white people and then talks about black people. So like he's obviously gonna make fun of like fucking Peyton Manning or some shit, and then come at Will Smith or come at fucking 50 Cent or something.
Yeah. I really, I don't know. I think he's being a bad sport all around, to be honest. Like he did the right thing for chivalry, but maybe not in the moment, you know, like me personally, maybe I wouldn't have handled it that way. And, you know, it's funny because I was telling my wife, I hate that at call center jobs.
Yeah.
They make you listen to calls and you fucking like critique the fuck out of them. You know, oh, I would have done this different. I would have done this different. And I always tell her that shit, that I hate that because in the moment, you're not on the spot, you know, where like you have to make decisions within seconds. So she was like, this is the same shit. You know, we could all sit back and say what we would have done, but in the moment, you just don't really fucking know, you know? Which, at the end of the day, I think it's a very gentleman thing to do on his behalf. Could it have been handled better? Yeah, you could.
He was kind of being a bitch.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, I don't agree with the whole... Because you know how people say that like he was laughing? That doesn't make sense to me because they're like... It's the Oscars, and most of the time the shit's not even that funny, you know? I think they all do that shit they do like the same as when someone wins an award and they're all clapping. They don't know why the fuck they're clapping. They're just clapping because they know that's good for the show. So, like, whenever they're all laughing, they do it because they know the camera can pan to them at any time. But I think as he was, like, had the smile going, and then he realizes how it, like, because his wife, you see her face go fucking shit face right away.
Yeah.
So he's, like, right next to her, right? So, obviously, he looked at her and was like, oh, shit, it's not cool. And then, like, processed it in his mind and was like, oh, I got to go up there now.
Yeah, I think it infuriated him seeing her pissed off.
Yeah, but it was still kind of bitch made, you know?
Yeah. I mean, especially in that professional setting, you know, like, that's the top of the top, bro. And you're going to go up there and bitch slap, like, the host.
That shit was funny, though.
Dude, it pissed me off, to be honest. I'm like, God damn, bro. Like, I don't know why, but I feel like there's always, like, people looking down on minorities and shit, and this is like a moment where they're gonna look down on minorities because they were acting all thuggish or whatever, which I'm not saying is right. I'm just saying that that's the way, like,
I see what you mean. They're gonna take this example and make it the example, instead of just calling it what it was, which is one guy got mad because his wife got insulted.
Yeah. So I mean, I hope it doesn't turn into that, but I could definitely see it turning into that.
It probably already has, dude. I'm sure if you fucking get into some certain part of Twitter where it's all like
white supremacist and shit,
fucking Ted Cruz's cousins and shit.
Yeah,
they're probably all saying that shit by now.
Nah, he's Cuban, dude.
Fucking Ted Cruz. I saw like a small video where that motherfucker was like interviewing that judge lady, and he was asking her questions about like pedophilia or some shit.
Yeah, they're asking her some stupid
He's like,
questions.
so do you not think that like pedophiles are bad or something? And the lady was like, why are you asking me this? Like, that's not even why I'm here.
She's like, my job is to take facts from cases and make decisions.
Yeah, I wasn't even sure what that whole thing was about exactly, but I just remember seeing the clips.
Court justice, bro. They're trying to
like she got picked?
Yeah.
Or
Biden chose her to be to replace whoever retired or whatever.
So what's the big deal?
So they have to be they have to go through like a process in Congress.
I know, but I mean, like, what's her like? Why were they asking her specifically like weird ass questions?
Oh, because they always do that, bro. So there was this guy named Brett Kavanaugh when Trump was in power, and they were asking. Supposedly he like did a bunch of shit to women, like sexually assaulted them and stuff, and they didn't come out until like his hearing and shit. And they were asking him all these stupid questions. Oh, you don't remember sexually assaulting this girl?
Oh yeah.
You know, shit like that. Like they just grill him on stupid shit. Because even the lady that right now that's trying to be put on the Supreme Court, another question they asked her is, how do you define female?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just saw the clips and I was like, why the fuck are they asking these things?
Just some real stupid ass questions. And both sides do it.
Yeah, they all do it.
Both sides do it.
I do remember seeing that when like Trump was in office too. Like the Democrats were talking shit to that, was it a guy?
Yeah, it was Brett Kavanaugh, bro.
Oh, there you go. I don't remember exactly.
Because Scalia died, and so they needed a replacement, and that's who it was. But
see, Will Smith won the award right after.
Yeah, that was fucking wild, dude. And he never apologized. I mean, is it really his place to apologize? Probably not.
Well, they I guess like the police technically like we're gonna file a report, but Chris Rock denied to like press charges.
Yeah, I saw that too.
They're probably gonna be cool in like a week, dude. It's probably gonna be one of that shit where like Will Smith's like, yo man, I overreacted, and he's gonna be like, hey man, you know, maybe I shouldn't have made that joke about your wife and be cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure later on they're gonna be cool, but I don't know if you heard it, bro. Did you hear the what P. Diddy had to say?
P. Diddy, no.
Yeah. So he like comes out and I guess he's presenting something, and he's basically like, you know, those two, we're gonna handle that backstage.
Oh, at the party?
Yeah, no, it was at the presentation or whatever.
No, I know, but doesn't he say they're gonna handle it at like the gold party?
Yeah, before
bullshit?
the party or something. He's like, those guys are brothers. It's all gonna be love from here forward. And I was like, holy fuck, dude.
That's probably true though. Like, it's one of those things where like, at first everybody probably thought it was fake as fuck.
I thought it was fake,
but then you kind of watch it a little bit and you're like, huh, maybe it's not fake.
It was fucking weird, dude. It was like a surreal moment, to be honest. Like, I was telling my wife too, this is gonna like foreshadow his actual win.
Oh yeah,
because like this is the big moment
Overshadow
that everybody,
it?
overshadow. Everybody's gonna remember this instead of him winning. And like,
Did you watch that movie?
I want to watch it now
I
because
think it's on Netflix.
I've been getting into tennis a little bit, but just because it's a tennis related movie, King Richard about like Serena Williams' dad, and I guess he was a hard ass on him and shit.
That's how you make pros,
Now
bro.
they're the best ever.
Yeah, that's how you make the best ever.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see Serena beating some, like, most of the men, bro. Like, she's just that good.
Jaden Smith tweeted, "That's how we do it." Like right after he like smacked the shit out of Chris Rock.
Yeah.
And won the award. So like people were like, "Was he talking about the award or was he talking about bitch slapping Chris Rock?" And I was like, "He's probably talking about both." Honestly.
Uncle Chris is coming for breakfast on Sunday, Jaden. You need to take that tweet down.
They're gonna be at fucking Sunday service with Kanye.
Yeah. Are they?
No, I'm just saying.
Shit.
Just fucking preaching and shit.
It was weird, bro. He's like, God has told me to give love. And I guess it was in the form of a bitch slap, bro.
After?
He said it like in his acceptance speech, I'm pretty sure.
Well, cause I saw this part where they cut to, because they show you like, I saw a clip of what's happening during the commercials.
Yeah.
And like he was talking to Tyler Perry and like Denzel like on the side.
Yeah.
And they were probably like telling him to just kind of like try to ignore the fact that he just bitch slapped Chris Rock.
Yeah, because it was a big moment for him and shit. But I mean, I was like, who's checking in on Chris, bro? He's the one that got bitch slapped.
That's true.
God damn. I don't care how much a joke hurts your ego. It probably didn't hurt as much as that fucking bitch slap.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a fucking comedian hosting an award show, like you gotta know, dude. You gotta know that it's a comedian and he's gonna talk shit. And
I've heard
it's all jokes.
Much worse jokes for much less reaction. Like they were making jokes about Pete, whatever
Davidson.
Yeah, and about his like dead dad and shit because he died in 9/11, and they were talking about like how he was on fire when he was on the dance floor or something. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what it was. But
At the roast?
Yeah, at his roast.
At a roast, yeah.
And I get like it's a different setting, but I mean still like jokes happen all the time at those award ceremonies.
I don't know, man. We don't know what happens behind closed doors. Maybe she's like super, because alopecia or whatever, right? The baldness thing for a guy.
It's not a big deal.
I mean, it'll fuck you up too, but it's still like a guy can be bald and like, you know.
Still look all right.
You can look good
Even
bald.
women, dude. I don't think women look bad bald.
Women too, but I mean like in terms of like my self-esteem, right? Like I don't think my self-esteem is tied so much to like long, beautiful hair as it is to like a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just in general. So like if a girl goes bald and a guy goes bald, they'll both feel like shit, but I feel like the girl will like be way worse than the guy. Like if they both valued their hair the same or whatever.
I definitely get what you're saying.
And you never know. Like maybe she's like behind, like at their house, you know, maybe like they've had multiple conversations about how like she fucking is having a hard time because she's got to like be bald now forever.
Yeah. I mean, that 100% makes sense.
So it could have hit him way harder than like people, us that just know she has it react. I didn't even know she fucking had that shit until they said it.
Yeah, me either. And
I thought she was just doing one of those like, what's that fucking famous model? The one that was dating Wiz Khalifa forever?
Oh, fucking Amber or something.
Yeah, I thought she was just doing an Amber Rose. I was like, oh, she's pulling an Amber Rose right now. Just fucking the short hair.
Yeah. That's just a tough situation. I think it's tough only because of the way that Will Smith reacted.
Yeah, and if you're going to do it, bro, punch him, bro. Like, if it was really that bad, why would you open hand slap him? Why wouldn't you just sock him in the face?
I don't know, bro. I think just in the moment, he was just trying to get a point across, but not like actually hurt him. Because I think they genuinely like each other because they're in kind of the same realm of like comedy and shit.
Yeah. That's how it felt when he hit him. So I agree with that. When he slapped him, I was like, oh, he's just trying to like get that like, whoa, shut your mouth point across, right?
Yeah.
But then when he sits down and he starts yelling, get my fucking wife name out of your mouth, and he says it like 3 fucking times.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, man, you seem mad enough to me now where like you should have just punched him in the fucking face.
Yeah. That's the tricky part, bro. Why I still kind of am questioning whether that was real or not. You know, it's fucking hard.
I think it had to be real. I don't think Chris Rock's the kind of dude that like even Will Smith doesn't seem like the kind of dude that would set up something fake like that.
Yeah.
Like if it was fucking Kim Kardashian and like fucking Tyga or some shit, I'd be like, yeah, that's fake as
like
fuck.
my belief
that shouldn't go down.
That it was fake is like my belief in that, like I believe in aliens, you know? I'm like 90% sure.
It's like how fucking YouTubers are. You know how like every time YouTubers make videos and something real happens,
Yeah.
the next 2 minutes of the video is all of them going, "Was that real? Is that real? Did that happen? Was that a real thing? No,
The fuck was that?
Is that real?"
Yeah,
Because they don't even fucking know what part of their life is real anymore, or what's the shit they do just for their videos.
Yeah, man. I was so shocked. I'm like playing video games. Shit comes up on my phone and I'm like, what the fuck?
Which is just even more important to like state because none of us were really watching the Oscars.
Yeah. Nobody was watching
Yeah,
Oscars.
nobody gives a shit about the Oscars unless something like that happens.
Yeah, you always watch the highlights.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, nobody watches the actual show. If you were watching the actual show, then you're like some fucking, I don't know, weirdo. Because most people don't watch that shit.
No, I was gonna say, don't say that, bro. My brother was watching it.
He was watching it live.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Who watches that shit live though?
I don't know. People like that shit, bro. Especially if you're like a movie connoisseur or whatever. Like, I'm surprised you don't like it because you watch a lot of movies and shit.
Yeah, but like the way you know how Oscars or what's the other famous movie award show?
I have no.
I don't remember the
confuse
name.
them all, bro.
I confuse them all too. But basically, every time they do those shows, right, they bring up a lot of movies that are like film festival / like foreign movies and shit, right? So half the time,
You don't even know about it?
I don't know the 5 movies they name are not like
I don't know, bro.
I don't like the 50 movies that come out in theaters, right? The 5 movies they have up are all movies that weren't even in the theaters, like where I was at, or like we're hyped up.
They named some fucking bangers though, because I think like Slumdog Millionaire was one of those movies, and then Life of Pi.
Oh, like old ones?
Yeah, like those movies originated in other countries, right?
I think Slumdog Millionaire was filmed it's filmed in India, but I think it was like
Was it for like an American audience? I don't think it was, bro.
I don't remember. I think it might have been because it might have been for an English.
And then what was that other Bollywood movie? There was like a huge Bollywood movie. Maybe it was Slumdog. I don't fucking
No,
know.
I'm not saying they're not good movies. I'm just saying that like we don't see those movies. You know, like sometimes like Parasite, like before Parasite won that award, who the fuck heard of Parasite?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even know what the fuck Parasite is right now.
Yeah, it's like that Korean movie that won like the award and got like super huge. Like after that, everybody watched it. But before that, when it was already nominated, you know, only the people in like the film critic circles or whatever
really knew about it.
Like, yeah, although the film people like gave it like the high scores. You know what I mean? But like us regulars that like watch the Batman and Spider-Man trailers, we don't know about that shit. We only watch it because they validate it by saying, "Oh, it won an Oscar," so it's got to be good.
I get it.
There's a bunch of movies I've watched just because they've got awards, and I'm like, oh, I mean, it's got to be good if they said it was that good, right? That's why they always say in the commercials.
I think so.
5-star rating.
That's kind of the shitty thing, bro. Is like an opinions critic or a critic's opinion is just like that. You know, it's their opinion. It's not fact. You can't really have fact behind it.
Well,
so just because they like it doesn't mean everybody else.
No, there's a little bit of fact behind it, but they don't do it.
Are they like experts in?
Yeah, but their criteria isn't like ours. Like ours is pure enjoyment. You know, like you either like it or you didn't like it. We're only looking for it to be enjoyable, right?
Yeah.
They're looking for like weird shit, like was the lighting good on set? Was like the kind of shit you can actually analyze.
Oh, so it's like factual.
Yeah, so they'll give you like an objective like 3 out of 5, but it'll have like nothing to do with
based on staging.
Yeah, it won't matter if they enjoyed it. It'll have everything to do with the fact of like, did the story progress without it having a hiccup, or was there certain parts that didn't need to be in there? Shit like that.
Yeah.
That's why I never take critics that seriously.
Well, this show for 1 hour has been all about Will Smith.
Yes,
I think it's time to move on.
Went down, dude.
Did you watch that video, bro? Of the 14-year-old boy?
I watched it because you fucking told me to watch it. This shit was
I didn't tell you to watch it, motherfucker.
You fucking brought up a video.
I just said, have you seen it? And your natural human curiosity went out and searched for it.
Yeah, but when he
because I said the video is fucked up.
But when he said, have you seen it? He raised an eyebrow like The Rock and looked me right in the eyes.
And you should have stone cold stunned my ass, bro.
I fucking watched
hell nah.
That shit was brutal because I've experienced like a smaller version of that because I know I've said it where I was on one of those rides, the drop tower rides, like at a fair though, like a smaller one. Those are what, like 4 stories high maybe.
Let's set the preface for this though. So this kid gets on this fucking drop tower, and I guess he wasn't secured.
It was fucking huge too.
So that bitch goes up and then comes down, and he falls off that shit, bro.
Yeah.
And you just hear a smack on the ground. It was fucking horrible.
He splatted pretty bad.
It was fucked, dude.
Like, you can definitely tell that as soon as he hit, like, mad shit broke.
That dude was gonna do something because he was a big kid. He was 14 years old, like my size, literally right now. It was wild. So he like hit the ground. A bunch of people are like, "What the fuck? How do you not check that shit? That's like your one job."
Oh, the thing?
To take a ticket and check fucking seats, bro, to make sure everybody's strapped in.
Yeah, but they don't even check. Have you been on a ride?
Yes, and they've checked.
But they never really, like, checked. You know what I mean? It's not like a thorough check. It's they grab it and they kind of like,
I'm telling you,
down,
though, bro, that's
though.
like one of two jobs you have.
Yeah, but they don't do it.
Fucked.
They're lazy as fuck. It's a fair. Or it's a fucking amusement park
It
or
was
whatever.
so fucked, bro.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Fucking
And he
dude,
wasn't
like,
even
fell out
there
and
with
died.
his own family.
Who's he there with? His friends?
He was like there with his friend's family.
Oh, so he died and his family wasn't even around?
No, fuck no.
That's so hardcore, bro.
That shit sucked.
That's the kind of shit where, like, you would almost, like, sue for, like, negligence, right? From the other family?
I don't know, bro. How? Like,
How
do you prevent
just
this?
emotionally.
Just don't get on the ride.
Just emotionally, though, you know? Like, if your kid died on another family's watch, even if it's an accident, like, there's got to be a part of you that blames them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because, like, hey, what the fuck, bro? Like,
I mean, either way,
kid never died on my watch.
He was on your watch, yeah. I get that.
That's fucking crazy. Like, how do you even... That's so much worse than, like getting the call and hearing that it happened.
Yeah.
It's got to be terrible. You know what I mean?
I can't imagine who makes those calls. That fucking sucks, dude.
Fuck those rides, dude. I don't trust those rides. I'm telling you. I rode one of those things, like a small version at a carnival or fair. I don't remember what the fuck. And the little thing too, you know how it kind of, there's no real seatbelt. It's just like this bullshit ass thing that's supposed to hold your shoulders down.
Uh-huh.
That comes down. Like, that thing popped up on me and this dude and this girl on one side of it. And we had to hold it down as they were, like, turning the ride off. And even then, like, it's going down slower, but you still feel like if you don't hold that shit, you're going to fall out and fucking fall 4 stories.
Uh-huh.
So I can't even imagine that, kids, because that shit looked like it was going like 40 miles an hour.
Yeah. That's the height is one thing, right? But then the
speed?
actual force that he was coming down at is another thing, bro. It's just...
Yeah, because on the way up, it goes slow as fuck. On the way down is what the ride is, right?
No matter what,
the fun
you're
part.
fucked. Yeah, I mean, you land on your feet, you're probably breaking your spine, and you're dead anyways.
Yeah. I could see him. Yeah, I don't think there was any way.
There's like no way you land.
I think the only way he lands that and like survives is landing on his feet perfectly. And even then, you'd be like severely paralyzed.
Yeah. Or even if they had like a pad down there, I think you're still fucked because of the force. And I mean, it had to be
like if
a
they had
huge
like
pad.
Oh yeah, like a gymnastics pad, like one of those big ass things. Maybe.
Yeah, that's fucked, bro.
It's pretty crazy. You think they're gonna shut that place down?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean,
because
who's gonna want to get on that shit?
Well, the Six Flags, like that Superman ride or whatever.
It opened back up.
It's open. I'm pretty sure that one like fucking chopped off like 6 passengers' legs one time.
But that's a whole like amusement park. I think this was just like one ride.
I know. Well, I'm talking about that ride too, though. Like that.
No,
that
I get
one
it.
ride should be closed, but it's still there.
I don't know, man.
Fucking chopped off people's legs.
That shit was wild.
Yeah, that's terrible. Gotta feel bad for that kid.
Something a little less depressing. Did you hear that Triple H is finally retiring?
The wrestler?
Yeah.
I know that dude was retiring.
I know you really don't give a fuck about wrestling now, but I've gotten into it a little bit. But I don't know. Triple H was a big thing back when I was a kid, bro.
Yeah, as a kid he was dope as fuck. But hasn't that dude not wrestled in years?
No, because he became like COO, and you know how McMahon was always a part of the shows and shit.
Yeah.
He almost kind of took his role over.
Oh, so he's like the old dude who just
gets
the
in
corporate version.
Yeah, exactly. But now I guess he's not doing anything at all because he got heart failure, bro. The story is that he got pneumonia. It got worse. One day he ends up like coughing up blood. And so I guess his lungs and his fucking around his heart filled up with liquid. And it turns out that like his heart function, I guess you're supposed to be like at 55 or 60% of like output when your heart contracts and shit.
Okay.
And his was at 30. They're like, oh, fuck, we need to get him to fucking the emergency room. And when they got to the emergency room, he was down to 22. So that shit was like going down quick.
Wait, how's this not sad?
I mean, it's not really sad because he'll get to retire, bro.
Okay.
And he's still alive. He's not dead.
All right.
So he ended up getting like a defibrillator in his pacemaker.
Oh, pacemaker.
Yeah.
Pacemaker.
So now he just gets to live his happy life, retired millionaire.
Isn't there like a thing where like
The end.
someone with a pacemaker, like if they get like electrocuted, like they can die because that shit turns off?
Yeah, it could turn that shit off.
Or like the battery like
function. Yeah.
fucks up. That'd be crazy, dude. Triple H. Imagine if like Will Smith went up to Chris Rock and just fucking like pedigreed his ass.
That's what they were saying, bro. They were like, they had this picture of Will crying. I think it's been a meme before.
Yeah.
But it was like when The Rock makes a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith and you can't say anything.
Damn, bro.
God damn it.
That's
And then they
fucking
showed
crazy.
we're still getting back on this fucking Will shit, bro, but there's like a montage of like videos of people like reacting to his fucking slap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I told my wife I would not be so reserved like Chris Rock, bro. Like I probably would have charged his ass when he turned around.
I don't know. Chris Rock's gonna get his ass beat by Will Smith. I think he's a lot older. He doesn't seem that much older. I'm pretty sure Chris Rock has got like 10 years on Will Smith.
My
probably.
respect to Chris Rock, bro. He took it like a fucking man, and then he just like looked unfazed.
Yeah. He basically was just like,
He's probably in shock. To be
he was just
honest.
like, shit happens. I think that was like what I saw on his face. I was just like, Chris Rock's just like, shit happens.
He's like, Will Smith just bitch slapped me.
Yeah, the joke went down. There's nothing to do about it.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking, to get off of like death, fucking the
Triple H
World Cup
dead.
qualifiers, bro. Oh my God, the World Cup qualifiers.
You're so diehard, bro, that you can't even get it out of your head.
Well, so Mexico, right? We played the U.S. a couple days ago. I can't remember when. Thursday?
Yeah, I don't remember, honestly.
Thursday, bro. It was fucking Thursday and or Friday, but I'm pretty sure it was Thursday. Oh, man, watching that shit, man, you don't even understand how mad I was. Fucking our best player, who is Lozano, is a fucking cunt. Half the time on the field, motherfucker like gets the ball, and instead of making the pass or anything, he's so goal hungry, so fucking I want to be the hero, so fucking trying to Captain America this fucking shit, bro, trying to Jack Sparrow the shit out of everything, that he dribbles right into everybody and loses the ball. And if the whole game, dude, the whole game, and it's like, what are you doing? We're playing the U.S. in Mexico, bro, in the Azteca, bro. We're legendary in that stadium.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
We've never lost to them in that stadium. You know how long that fucking goes? We're talking like decades, like 30 years or some shit, maybe more than that. Well, it might be less than that. Who knows? 20 plus years that we've been whooping their ass there, Sometimes we tie, and I know a tie for them feels like a win, and a tie for us is like a loss. But fuck, dude, did it feel like they were not trying. I was watching that game, and all the players were making like the shittiest passes at the worst times. Our fucking striker couldn't even turn around and shoot the ball. I was so pissed, dude.
Yeah, I was talking to you a little bit about it before we got on the air and shit. I just really don't feel like Mexico deserves it, bro. Like, I hate to say that, but they have been so dominating in the past that to kind of see them down. And it almost feels like they're playing lazy, bro. Like, they don't want it.
Yeah, they're lazy.
It's fucking weird. I don't know if it's laziness or if it's just no fucking will or drive.
I'm starting to think
for your
that
country.
It's fucking lack of like motivation. Like either the coach doesn't mesh well with the team or the team doesn't mesh well at all. Because they did you know how last time I was fucking bitching about this, that there's specific players I called out, like Gallardo and all those dudes.
Yeah.
Well, this game they didn't even bring Gallardo. He didn't start. They put in a different dude. It was a younger guy. I'm trying to remember his name. I can't remember his name, but that dude was showing out, actually. Like, he was playing good. So I was a little bit happy that, like, they started introducing younger pieces, people that kind of want to push to earn the spot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the people they did keep on the field, like, couldn't get their fucking head out of their ass and score a goal. Because, like, I hate the way how we can watch Mexico play and we're critical as fuck, right? Critical as fuck. And then 3 days later, when like the second round goes on and we play Honduras, and we won that game barely. And then fucking the U.S. wins their game like 4-1 or some shit, right? 5-1. I don't remember what it was. And all I see is these fucking posts about like the U.S.'s best player, Christian Pulisic. They're like, oh, hat trick. He carried the team. Fuck yeah. And then motherfucker took 2 penalties. like they're treating it like
he's the greatest.
Like he came out here and scored 3 goals like off his own merit in some of the best like moves ever. And motherfucker took 2 penalties. Like, yeah, you should score them, and I'm not saying he shouldn't score them. I'm just saying, like, you can't, like, equate his hat trick to someone who scores 3 goals in the game. You know, like, if someone scores 3 goals in the movement of the process of the game, dope. But if someone scores 3 goals and fucking 66% were penalties, like, yeah, that's cool, I guess. But it's not like, the fuck you bragging about, bro?
I don't know, man. Personally, I'm like on the other side of you because I'm not like a super hardcore fan of soccer. I'll watch it because I think it's really good. I'm like a casual fan, I would say. But I'm a U.S. fan, bro. Like, if Mexico doesn't make it, I'm glad the U.S. is going. I'm proud American.
Fuck the U.S. I'm pretty sure they qualified.
Yeah. And, I mean, just when I don't feel like a team really wants it, and that's how it feels with, like, Mexico right now, I don't really feel like they deserve to go to the World Cup, bro.
Nah, they deserve
I want to watch good matches. I don't want to watch fucking half-ass matches where, like...
We have equal points right now, and then there's one more game left. But
they're winning by goals, though, right?
Yeah, they have goal difference. But we play... Who do we play? Costa Rica, I think?
Yeah, I think you're right.
We play Costa Rica, and I think they play someone shittier. And maybe... No, they beat Panama, right? So they're playing, like, fucking someone shittier. I don't know who. But our game is going to be fucking hella important because Costa Rica won. So I think Costa Rica has a chance of, like, passing us.
Yeah, bro. That'll be wild.
I'm not exactly sure.
So Mexico's playing El Salvador.
Next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then Costa Rica, U.S. And then Canada's playing Panama.
If Costa Rica can beat the U.S. and we win our game, then we're golden.
Yeah. But, because the points, the goals won't make a difference, right? As long as the points are more.
Yeah, if you have more points, then you qualify. But, I mean, top 3 qualify anyway.
Oh, do they?
Well, they get a shot at it. I think
so we're only worried because we're still... Because I think if you're, like, in third, right, you have to play, like, another game against some other country.
I'm trying to remember. Do they always change it? It's either the third or the fourth place team plays a play-in game. I think it might be the third. It might be the fourth.
Yeah, but, I mean, either way, like,
I think it's
we're
fourth.
just always used to Mexico being up here on another level.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about, like, the fucking qualifying. I'm not worried that we'll qualify. I think we can win our next game, and I think we're going to qualify. My problem is that the fucking U.S. is ahead of us in points. And fuck them, bro.
The problem is that if you can't beat Mexico, I mean, the U.S. now or Canada, which, not to shit on them, but they're not ever, like, top elite teams.
No,
What are you going to do when you're playing against, like, fucking Portugal or fucking Spain, you know, fucking teams?
Yeah, teams that are good.
That are actually good,
That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't look... Like, we're going into this World Cup with a fucking team that I am not confident will get out of the fucking group stage. And I'm going to be pissed, especially since I plan on taking off like 2 weeks to watch this shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm not working during the World Cup, or at least not during the Mexico games. Like, I need to watch that shit, bro.
Yeah.
And it's going to bug me.
I'm just saying, bro. They're not playing their best soccer.
You know what's crazy? I don't know. I know you don't follow soccer a lot, but like Italy, they missed the last World Cup. Right? They didn't qualify.
Yeah.
And then they won the European Championship, so they were the best team in Europe. But then they missed this World Cup. They just lost.
I think I did see something about that.
They just lost to fucking North Macedonia.
Yeah.
With like there was like a 92nd minute fucking rocket shot from like 50 yards. No, like probably like 40 yards that like bounced into the back of the goal.
That sucks.
And they fucking beat Italy. That shit was crazy.
A lot of tears were shed and shit.
Yeah,
that's crazy because Italy's a top contender too.
Yeah, well, they literally just became the best team in Europe. Like last year, they won the Euro.
How does that work? I thought you automatically qualified if you got something like that.
No, the Euros and the Euro and like all those competitions that are like the international competitions. It's just so they have something to compete for. / like it increases their. You can only get points for your international team through that, and that like increases your ranking. So like if you do really good in your tournament, then your ranking for like the whole world goes up. So you'll be like the number 1 team in the world, or 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think the highest we've gotten is like 9 or some shit recently. I think we're like 10 or 11 or some shit right now. I don't remember, something like that, right? But then when it comes to World Cup qualifying, it's just a whole restart of tournament where everybody has to fucking try to beat other teams in qualifying.
Fuck.
So fucking Italy didn't make it. It's fucking hilarious because how do you go from being the best team in Europe to not making it? Doesn't make any fucking sense.
It doesn't, but sometimes that's the way that shit turns out, you know?
Yeah, you can get unlucky. And you can also feel like, you play one game against a team and you're like, oh, we didn't do that great that time. You try to bounce back. But a bunch of those in a row, and then you're like, oh, damn, we fucked ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they didn't even qualify directly. They had to do the play-in thing.
Yeah, I did remember seeing that.
And they lost that shit. Fucking Mexico, though, bro. Fucking pick your shit up, man. Stop sucking.
If you're listening.
Because even the games were winning, dude. Even the games were winning. Like, we won our last game, and I still feel like we played like shit.
I agree, yeah.
We played like shit. We won, yeah, that's dope. But, like, fucking instill some confidence so I can, like, not be mad all the fucking time about your fucking games.
I agree, man. It's been shit.
They're going to fire the coach. I would fire the coach. Fuck that dude, man. We need a new coach.
You think that's it?
I don't know. Just every time a team starts to suck, they always fire the coach. I feel like it's time to fire our coach. Get a new coach. I don't know if that's the problem, but every time a new coach comes, like, they always prefer different players.
We need Landon.
You know what I mean?
Did you
Landon
hear about
Donovan?
that? Yeah.
Fuck Landon Donovan. I know he speaks like Spanish though, right?
Yeah. I think he was gonna be coach of America, dude.
Oh yeah, I did hear that rumor.
Yeah. I guess I do stay a little bit more in tune.
I heard he was gonna play for America like years back.
Yeah.
Because they asked him if he was gonna ever play in like the Mexican league, and they were like, "Oh, he can go to America," and it became like a big ass rumor.
Yeah, and then I guess he's gonna coach or something like that.
He probably will coach. I feel like all the old players coach.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll coach in Mexico though. I don't see who the fuck would hire him.
You should have seen when all the U.S. fans were walking into the Estadio Azteca. They had like fucking cops with like riot shields escorting them all the way in, bro.
Oh yeah, dude, you're in fucking the heart of Mexico City.
Yeah. I don't know why they hate, bro. Why can't we all be one?
I don't know.
Like you hate U.S. soccer, right?
Yes.
But you're an American.
Yes.
So how are you not torn like to not go for Mexico? I mean the U.S. I know they haven't been the best, right? Ever, really. And like you said, like U.S. soccer is like a retirement league.
No, because sports-wise, I've always resonated with Mexican teams more just because it's how I was raised, you know? Like, I grew up watching Mexican League. Fuck.
Well, yeah, in our experience, you know, Mexican League soccer has always been a bigger thing.
Yeah, like, I grew up watching that. I grew up watching Mexico play all the time.
There's
so the U.S. team doesn't mean shit to me.
We all got uncles that go for some team and they don't even know why.
Yeah, like the fucking U.S. team doesn't mean shit to me. And like my American like pride and shit, I don't really tie to sports. Like American sports.
I feel like that's where part of your pride is though, right? Because like it's having that attachment that you're all American, right? I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing.
I don't know. That's what's weird because like
in the Olympics, do you go for the U.S. teams?
No. I don't. I root for all the Mexicans.
You weren't a Shaun White fan?
No. Well, I mean, I appreciate what he does, but I don't like give a shit about snowboarding like that. But like in the Olympics, I don't root for the American teams. And
do you know who the Mexican swimmer was in the Olympics?
And swimming, I don't root for the.
But you
American
know who
teams.
Michael Phelps is, right?
I know who he is.
That's what I'm saying, though. You know, I don't know.
But every swimmer.
That's why it's a weird thing to me, bro.
Nah, man. The thing is that like
your pride comes in the form of an eagle or what the fuck?
No, because
where's your American pride at, bro?
Okay, so I'm American, right?
Yeah.
And just because I'm American doesn't mean I have to like root for the American teams.
No. I get that. But you said you're proud to be American, right?
Yeah.
So what is your pride to America?
The real shit, you know, like our lives, the way our country runs, the way we're able to like experience our freedoms, our rights, all that shit, you know, like shit that really matters. Sports is completely objective. And I was raised where, you know, Mexico is the shit. And Mexico's always been the shit, like the team, like soccer wise.
In soccer, yeah.
And well, that's my main thing, and that's also why it kind of goes into everything else. Because like,
but you would say you're a proud Mexican American, because if you weren't part Mexican, you wouldn't have any attachment to like soccer in Mexico, right?
Probably not. I mean,
exactly. So I mean, there's some national pride there because of your roots and shit.
Yeah. Plus, fuck the U.S.
Because like you just said, you're like, I don't tie sports to my American pride, but you do tie sports to like your Mexican pride.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
You know what? You get what I'm saying, though, right? I'm not like questioning necessarily like that you're not a proud American, but also like I'm more questioning like why you hate American soccer so much.
Because you can only like one, man. I don't like people who wishy-washy teams, bro. Like fucking.
I don't know, man. My mom loves 2 teams.
That's different. When your mom loves 2 teams, she loves one team because it's like her team, right? And then the other team because it's her home team, and it's like her where she's from, right?
Yeah.
And that I can respect. But like if somebody's like, I'm a fan of the MLS and I like LA and I like the other LA.
LAFC.
You can't like both the
Galaxy.
LA teams, dude. You can't. You're a bitch if you like both the LA teams because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
They're fucking rivals.
Because like in the Super Bowl, right? I'm not a Rams fan. I never consider myself a Rams fan, but I'm from California, so I prefer LA to win.
Yeah, but
I don't know why,
but preferring someone to win and actively rooting for that team through a season is different.
Yeah. I could see that.
You know what I mean? The only reason you prefer it is because that's the finals.
I just don't see why you would. Like, let's say Mexico doesn't make it as far as the U.S.
Right.
Why you wouldn't root for the U.S. team?
No, because there's a direct rivalry, bro. Like, I can never root for the U.S. because they have a direct rivalry with Mexico in the sport that I love.
But it's like a friendly rivalry.
No, it's not friendly.
It's friendly, dude.
What the fuck you mean friendly?
Dude, it's friendly, man.
Like, it's friendly in the terms of like, yeah, we don't fucking shoot each other.
Yeah,
and
we're
shit,
not gonna shoot each
but
other.
There's real animosity, bro. But there's
I
real
agree.
animosity.
I agree.
You know?
I don't know.
It's kind of how like the Lakers and the Celtics fans, like it's a real fucking rivalry, but they're not gonna shoot each other.
I think we just need to go to therapy and handle our
But like
shit.
a Kobe fan is not gonna root for the fucking Celtics.
No, yeah, you're right there.
It's like that. So
but they have no direct like necessarily relationship like you do to like the U.S. and Mexico, right? Because like you weren't. They weren't, the Celtics and the fucking Lakers didn't make a baby, right?
Okay.
Is what I'm comparing it to, Like there's no real connection there, but you have like an American connection and a Mexican connection that brings both forth, I know I'll never convince you, bro, and I'm just kind of
no, but in sports,
jabbing at your brain a little bit.
Like in sports, I have zero American connection. Like I've never rooted for the American team in any sport.
I think basketball, bro.
No, I don't give a shit. The U.S. Olympic team?
Yeah.
No, fuck them, dude.
Nah, I think you like it, bro.
I don't like the U.S. Olympic team.
You just don't like that they're competing at like an international level? Because I know you love basketball and you love the players like individually. Like,
I like
you can
the
say
NBA.
they're good and stuff.
Yeah,
know?
I like the NBA.
Yeah.
But that's different.
You just draw the line in nationalism or what?
Yes. Because like I like an NBA. Like I'm a Celtics fan, right?
Yeah.
In the NBA. And obviously they're American players for the most part.
Yeah.
But that's in its league, I'm choosing a team, and that's the team I stick with, right? But I could never be like, I'm a Celtics fan, and then root for someone else in the finals. I can say, I think this team is going to win, and this is why.
But you probably still watch the finals, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'll be like, this team's going to win, this is why, and I'll watch it, because it's obviously going to be good, but I'm not going to, like, put them above the team I root for. And the problem with the U.S. and the Mexico thing, because it's on the international level, is I can't root for the U.S. ever because I'm a Mexico fan. And the rivalry is there, right? It's real as fuck. And that's not to say that I don't think that U.S. players should have, like, success in their individual clubs, right?
Yeah. Because didn't that, like, Pulisic guy, didn't he play, like, at Chelsea or something?
Yeah, he plays at Chelsea.
Yeah, that's wild.
But, like, when they come to their national team, I want them all to play like shit. I hope they do bad. I seriously, humbly.
That's wild, bro. So where do you think the rivalry comes from? Does it stem from like
proximity?
Like Mexicans coming to the U.S. and like, there's a lot of Mexican people in the U.S. and like, it's kind of mixing in there. I don't know.
No, it comes from a little bit. It comes from the way I see the rivalry is, first of all, they're the two closest countries to each other, right? That are relevant, right? Because the Gold Cup is always won either by Mexico or the U.S. I don't think another country's won it in so fucking long. I can't even remember. I'm not even sure if another country has won it.
So does this year change it at all with Canada like dominating?
No, because it's World Cup qualifying. Like Canada still lost to us in the Gold Cup, and then we played Mexico in the final in Vegas. I mean, Mexico and the U.S. played in the final in Vegas.
And Mexico lost.
Yeah, right? But we beat Canada like before that in the semifinal.
Yeah.
But Canada is on the come up. But the thing is that like, okay, so first there's proximity, right? They're here, we're here. And traditionally, we're the two best teams in our region.
Yes.
So we almost always meet each other in the final or semifinals, and it's always fucking like intense, right? There's that. Then there's like other levels outside of the soccer world that add to the hype of it. So like Trump talking shit for 4 years adds to the hype of the sport just because beating them makes you feel good about the fact that you guys superseded them when they're talking all this shit.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? Plus, like, I know it's probably stupid, but like people tie in like their heritage / like any kind of like anti-racial type shit, and instead of like doing something about it like yourself or something, you tie it into like the pride of a team or something. Like it happens a lot, so like if Mexico beats them, you feel like, yeah, don't put us down, bro. We can fucking play.
Yeah. I was just jawing your brain a little bit,
bro.
I'm not, I'm a proud Mexican American. I root for Mexico, but second place would be the U.S.
Yeah, I root for Mexico and everything, like sports wise, everything. Even in the Olympics, like I don't like specifically know every Mexican person, but if I see like, oh, this Mexican person won the gold in this or that, I take an interest because it's like that's dope because like.
Yeah, because even though
it adds to the
even
pride.
though I'm not like Mexican, right? I'm not nationally like my citizenship isn't Mexican. My heritage is Mexican, right? And like things do piss me off. Like when we heard that those softball chicks like threw their uniforms away, like to me that was disrespectful as fuck.
I don't remember.
So in the Olympics, remember they threw away like all their fucking like gear and shit.
Oh yeah.
And then ended up taking like Olympic blankets and shit in place of it. I guess a lot of those girls were like U.S. born players that were just nationalized or whatever to play for Mexico.
Yeah, because you can play for Mexico if your parents are Mexican
citizens.
Yeah, you only have to be like a quarter. You can play for Mexico or any country basically up to like your great-grandfather heritage. So like if your great-grandfather was like Spanish and Italian, you could play for the Italian or Italian team or some shit. It might be your grandfather. I don't remember which. But in soccer, it's like that. You get to pick. But sometimes only one team is calling, So, like, you either say yes or no to that one team.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it's happened with Mexico a lot where we not fight, but the U.S. and Mexico has had multiple players that, like, have dual citizenship. And, like, they'll play, like, in the youth, the under-20s for the U.S., but then they'll play for the senior
Clubs
team.
In Mexico.
No, they'll play for the senior Mexico team. So then they can never play for the senior U.S. team ever again.
Oh, that's a rule too?
Yeah, because they chose the team. So, like, sometimes it'll happen the other way, though. We'll have, like, people in, like, the U15 like Mexico academies,
Yeah.
But they're Mexican-American, and then they'll play for the U.S. team, and then they can never play for Mexico.
Well, goddamn.
There was recently a guy who did that shit. He's like a striker who Mexican-American, and he had to decide which team he was going to play for because they both wanted him.
I think I remember that. And he chose Mexico, right?
No, he plays for the U.S.
Damn.
Right now, I think he's on their bench, but like he subs in and shit.
Imagine how disappointed your parents are.
I think his parents were cool with it.
That's weird because like most parents.
That's the only time I would ever root for the U.S.
When?
If I had a fucking kid and he got called up and he just felt uncomfortable playing for Mexico because maybe he's not like specifically good at Spanish or he just feels more comfortable in the U.S., or whatever. The only time I would root for them is if I had a kid who played for them. That's the only time.
Then what happens to the rivalry, bro?
No, the rivalry's still there, bro.
You just hate your son now.
No, I want my son to do well, but every time they play each other, they have to tie.
So your ass should have showed him Spanish.
Yeah,
It's on you, bro.
Well, it's not on me. It's their decision ultimately. Like I would pick to play for Mexico no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm not even 100% confident in my Spanish, but I would 100% play for Mexico.
Yeah, we've been trying to do a Spanish podcast, but you're not confident.
Dude,
in your Spanish.
We haven't been trying to do a Spanish podcast. I'm not confident.
I
in
mentioned
either of our
it to
Spanish.
you every 3 months, bro.
Dude, we can't do a Spanish podcast.
I feel like we could.
We can't.
And it'd vibe, bro.
No, the difference is that we can't portray our personalities perfectly in Spanish.
So we'd portray it in Spanglish.
But then it's not Spanish.
Yeah, but then it's mostly Spanish.
Spanglish is like mostly English, isn't it?
No. We'd be talking in Spanish, and then words we can't say in Spanish, we'd say in English.
I feel like most people who speak Spanglish,
That's
it's
why
mostly English and then a little bit of Spanish.
It's Spanish first.
I think it's just because it sounds better.
It's not.
Because you can't make it.
English?
Yeah, exactly. It's because it sounds better, not because of what goes first.
Nope. That's the way it is, bro. That was the rule.
Nah, dude.
I talked to a spelling bee champion about that.
All right, well, I want to talk about something funny that I saw. This is so stupid. Fucking Kim Kardashian, bro. Like, what
You're
the
so
fuck?
late on this, first of all.
I know I'm late on it, but I saw it and I thought about it and it just doesn't make any fucking sense to me. How the fuck is someone like her gonna say, get off your ass and work hard? And she's speaking to women. She's speaking to like the female audience, bro. She's like, get off your ass and work hard. It seems like nobody wants to work hard. As if she like fucking pulled herself out of like the mud and became famous.
Rags to riches.
Yeah, dude. All she did was fuck Ray J. She became Paris Hilton's like assistant and then started fucking rich dudes. And made a sex tape. Like that's how she got famous. And then she's gonna pretend like all her shit comes from her for like pulling herself up by her bootstraps and shit.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's fucked up that she said that, right? But I mean, no matter how she got where she's at, she's like in law school and shit, and she's like a mogul now, you know? I get it. I get what you're saying. But for me personally, like, no matter how she got where she's at, we can definitely say she's higher now than she was before.
Yeah, dude, but like we're talking about the privilege, bro. She had the privilege to get to that because of the way of her like initial situation. Her dad was like the lawyer for O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
She fucking
like she already had a head start.
Yeah, she was friends with people who are famous in school. That's how she met like fucking sense, Paris Hilton and shit. It's like you were never like if the starting track was going off, we were running the mile. She started that shit 3/4 of the way up, and I started at the beginning.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And she's trying to act like, no, we all started in the same spot, you know?
Hell nah.
Everyone's room in my house has a fucking bathroom and a jacuzzi. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
She's trying to be motivational to the younger age,
she's
okay?
She's fucking lived behind a gated community her whole life. And she's trying to pretend like she pulled herself up from the bootstraps, bro.
No, I get that.
That's some bullshit.
It is. I think you're just a little mad that you didn't make a sex tape first, bro.
If I made one, it wouldn't get as much views.
Yeah, because
no one's going to click on that shit. They're going to be like, Mexican kid sex tape with some girl. It's like, okay.
The son of lawyer for Ellen DeGeneres.
That's why whenever you know how like famous people make you sign the agreements before you can like hook up with them and shit?
Yeah.
Because they don't want to get it like, you got to sign it with a different name. You got to be like, Paul Rodriguez.
That'd be funny as fuck.
Then, then you hook up with them and then you like film it.
Herbert the pervert. Imagine. You sign a fucking non-disclosure for fucking Cardi B.
Oh my god. People come out with that shit anyway.
Yeah. I mean, you just lose some profit, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's just because like you can do it and then they'll sue you or they'll like whatever, but they can't. You know, the initial statement's out there.
I don't know. It's weird, bro. Because I heard Bad Bunny came out with the song. And, like, he used some sound bites from, like, a Missy Elliott song.
Oh, yeah?
And they released the song before they got permission to use it. And so she took all the royalties from that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That same shit happened with... It's an old group, Jagged Edge. They have a song... that was like really big. They're like an R&B group. And they did this song where like the guy says "Living La Vida Loca," and because it was a Ricky Martin thing and they didn't approve it, that one little line and Ricky Martin stole all the royalties.
That's fucking wild.
And that song was fucking huge.
What song was it?
It's one of their it's like their only song. Jagged. They're called Jagged Edge. If you heard it, you'd know it, but I can't really explain it. You know what I mean?
Because I'm just playing the fucking Ricky Martin version in my head right now.
Yeah, but like he said that one little part and didn't get permission. The motherfucker was able to take all the money because I guess you're kind of profiting off his fame.
That fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah, that would hate that. I've always like thought about it, like, because if you make a video right on TikTok or anything and you use a picture or something, it's hard to fucking tell if shit's trademarked or like copyrighted or some shit.
I think the only way it's allowed is if you have permission or if you the other reason is like if you're reacting to stuff.
Yeah, you have to make it about your reaction to the thing, and you kind of have to like what's the word? Like if the video was like if you had a video and it was playing and you were talking about it,
yeah,
you have to like interject into the video a lot. Because if you just played the video straight through, then it's kind of you just using the video.
Yeah.
There's weird rules. Fucking gray areas as fuck, dude.
It's bullshit.
I still think that shit Kim K said's so stupid.
Yeah, I'm surprised you barely heard it, bro. Because I think she said it like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's just weird, dude. Like, who the fuck? Like, what? Like, she realizes why she's famous, right? Like, what? I'm not saying there's no big ups or like becoming a lawyer and doing all this fucking philanthropic shit, but like, not everybody's in that position, bro. She needs to calm her shit, bro.
It's kind of some weird shit too, right? Because like the mom got like, she like turned into their manager and shit, and they had to end up firing her and shit. Like,
oh, did they?
Doesn't even seem like she's a mother.
I'm not really that far into it. I do
watch,
know.
Keeping Up with the Kardashian.
Your wife's into it?
Yeah, my wife.
I feel like every fucking girl is into Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah, it's my wife.
My sisters, dude, I don't know who it is. I think it's the Ace family or something like that.
Yeah.
They fucking like everything that they do.
Both your sisters?
Yeah.
What?
I'm not sure if it's the Ace family, but it's something related to them. And they both keep up with that shit like heavy.
Really?
Yeah.
That's odd. Well, I mean, it's not odd because they're a big family.
People just
because
like
even
drama,
I know
man.
about the Ace family.
Yeah, like people just like the drama, man. You like to see other people's like. That's why people watch that fucking Trisha Paytas chick, because she's fucking crazy.
She's hella drama,
and it just makes you feel better about yourself because she's so crazy.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, we're gonna move on to the hypothetical moment for the episode, bro.
Is it a slapping one?
No, it's not. For this episode, it's if you could appear in any reality TV show, which one would you be in, and why?
It's a great question. It would depend on where I'm at in my life. So if I'm at my life right now, what are reality shows, bro? Name some.
Well, there's all kinds, right? There's like,
because like, okay, let me start off with this. If I'm single, I have no kids, I'd be on The Real World.
The original Real World? Yeah, those were sick.
Those were cool because like,
it was just them partying.
It's just partying, yeah. So I mean, I think I'm in a different headspace right now where like I'd feel more comfortable with that shit. And I think back then I'd be cool with it, but like right now, that's what I'm thinking about. What's another Real World show?
Well, there was like The Real World. There was Jersey Shore.
What are they?
A reality TV show.
Reality.
So like, I would consider like Survivor reality TV, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, because it shows like they're living.
Yeah. So like.
Oh, okay. Oh, are we counting anything that's on this list or what?
Well, what's the list?
It's got like Master Chef, Alone, Love Island, Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all reality TV.
Fuck, dude. As an adult, I'd do Master Chef.
That's dope.
Or Hell's Kitchen. That'd be cool. What are you, an idiot sandwich? Yes. Sorry, Gordon. But I cook a mean fucking breakfast omelet.
You got to be like, yes, chef.
I don't know, dude. I've always loved cooking, and I think that'd be cool. You know, I wouldn't know how to like flambe shit, but I mean, I can make a burrito.
all you got to learn how to make to be on that show, dude, is you got to be able to make the beef Wellington, the risotto, and then what's the other thing they're always making? Lamb.
Gordon Ramsay's scrambled eggs, bro.
It's fucking the risotto, the beef Wellington, and the lamb, and you're good.
I don't like that bald guy on there, bro. I don't know what his name is. I think he's Canadian.
Oh, the guy who comes off kind of pretentious.
He's an asshole, bro.
Yeah.
Cause like he'll even judge like his own judges. He'll be like, "Are you guys serious? You just put through a burger? Where the fuck are we at? He's putting through a burger."
He's got kind of like that. I just read a giant Shakespeare novel fucking vibe.
I hate this word, but he's pompous as fuck.
Yeah, he's like pretentious, pompous, fucking arrogant dude.
Yeah.
That's dope.
But yeah, bro. Earlier it'd be like The Real World. Now it'd probably be like MasterChef or something. That'd be cool.
I'm glad you said The Real World, because for me, it is 100% the challenge, which is like a show you could. Well, nowadays you can get on it for being on any fucking MTV show. They'll put you in there now.
Yeah.
But like back in the day, the way it worked is like you went on The Real World, and then whoever the best cast members of that Real World season were, they would get invited to be on the challenge, which is like Survivor kind of like games, except it's a bunch of people from the Real World seasons all hanging out in a big ass mansion, and then it's like an elimination type of game where like,
what's that ninja show, bro? Where like
Ninja Warrior?
Yeah, it's kind of like Ninja Warrior mixed with The Real World, basically.
Yeah, basically it's like Ninja Warrior. Then they got the Survivor type games, and you compete, and then whoever gets like last place gets put up for elimination, and then there's like a house political version where like they all vote. And then those people have to fight for elimination, you know?
TJ Lavin.
Yeah, with TJ Lavin, bro.
Fucking BMX star.
I fucking love that show, dude. I've been watching that show since I was like 14. We're talking like 30 seasons. I've seen like even the ones that were like before my time. Like I've seen them.
People started manipulating that shit, bro.
I fucking love that
Johnny
show.
Bananas.
Yeah, fucking me and my sister, like we love that show. She buys all the seasons.
Does she?
Every time a new season comes out, like on because they come out on MTV, right? And we don't have cable.
Yeah.
So she just pays like I think it's like $20 or whatever the fuck it costs to buy the whole season on Amazon, and then she watches it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I fucking love that show, dude. I think I could do it. The only problem with that show and like me now is that like they only fucking like cast big ass motherfuckers. Like all those dudes are like 6'3", 220 pounds of like pure muscle. I mean, they can be like stupid, they can be like non-athletic, but they're huge, you know? And sometimes the challenges are just basically like, hey, big dude, run into other big dude until one of you doesn't get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd get fucking trucked over and something like that. But like just the general ass games, like the normal challenges, I think I could fucking destroy those guys. It's all like puzzle games and like athletic stuff, but not athletic to the point where you have to be like huge. You can just do it.
I don't know, bro. You have to be huge.
Not for
some of the challenges they've done is fucking like. I think there's one where they have to run into each other.
Yeah, those
get past each other.
That's what I'm saying. Like the elimination shit, like where it's just big dude against big dude. I'm gonna get trucked over.
Yeah, that shit's wild.
But
like I'd pick your ass up and carry you to my other side.
I saw one. There was one like super hype one where like there's a big dude, right? This guy's like 6'4", like giant, and then the other guy's like 5'10", and he's like muscular too, but he's not like huge.
Yeah.
And they're doing that hall brawl one where they have to go right into each other. And the small dude wins the first 2 rounds because he literally runs in and just full frontal dives at the other guy's feet and takes him out.
Shit.
Right? And he wins the first 2, and the big guy's like, oh, shit, I'm going to lose. And then he just realizes, like, oh, wait. Right when the guy dives, the big dude just starts jumping over him. And the dude can jump.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And the dude can jump like 8 feet. Motherfucker jumps like over him and is like halfway across already. And
I seen that shit, bro.
Rang the bell, and I was like, oh, man.
Yeah, I've seen a couple times where the smaller guy wins just because, like, he's tactful about it.
Yeah, like strategy.
Yeah, he's got the strategy.
He's like, I'm strong. I'm not as strong, but I can kind of like pull the strategy.
Yeah.
That's why I love the show, dude. There's just the eliminations in that show is what makes it, because this shit gets crazy in elimination.
Yeah, and on top of all that shit, there's drama in it.
The drama's dope.
But yeah, man. Right on. We kind of picked similar ones.
Yeah, a little bit.
I remember when there was a big guy on there. His name was like Eric or something. and they had to run a bunch, and that fool like couldn't do it. They were all so pissed at him,
Yeah,
dude.
the fat guy, yeah, but Big
Yeah.
Easy, bro. I
Yeah.
remember that because like they were in the final. You know what the thing with that season was? Is like because he was so big, and a lot of the eliminations in that season were like strength based.
Yeah.
Everybody on his team was too scared to go up against him to try to get rid of him.
Yeah.
So they kept him till the end, and then
then
the
it was-
end was cardio based, and he got fucking wrecked.
It was crazy. Yeah, he looked like a zombie. Like he couldn't walk anymore.
Yeah, he was like destroyed. I think he had like a dehydration.
It's crazy, man. Well, that's gonna do it for this episode. Make sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We're up to 1,800 followers on there. That's pretty cool. We do have
dope.
our merch back up. Well, not back up, but
New stuff.
we got new merch with like some tie-dye shirts, bucket hats, regular hats.
Yeah, it's an oversized shirt just to tell people. So like, it's still meant to be ordered in your size. It's just a style of shirt.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a little bit bigger.
So it's like got that baggy look to it.
people like it. I think it looks dope.
Yeah, I've never worn it, but I mean, I'll try it.
I also
probably.
put a baseball shirt in there just to kind of throw something
baseball,
different.
like a. What do you mean? Like the
the
button up or like
no,
the softball?
it's like those softball shirts.
Oh, like the
yeah.
softball. Dude, do they have the button up?
I think they do. Yeah,
I
but they're
wouldn't-
expensive as
Oh,
fuck,
they?
dude. I think they're like $60. That's why I didn't do one.
I might just make myself one.
And then
Do you do
I
that?
did put some phone cases in there as well with like our logo, the cool one.
Yeah, I saw that. Can you just make your own phone case? I mean, not your own phone case, your own
like designs.
baseball jersey.
Yeah, you could, and then just fucking like ask for. We can talk about it later.
Yeah, all right, that's dope.
Yeah, but check out our merch. We already got one sale. It's pretty cool. Shout out to David.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting because it's an oversized shirt, right? So I was like, I'm gonna see what it looks like on David because I know it says oversized, but I don't think it's like a dress.
Yeah.
I just think it's like baggy.
And the tie dye looks sick as fuck, dude. I think so. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. Peace.
Peace.